There's only one way we can salvage this. I think you know what it is. I know what it is. Hey, 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 hey. Here we go. Who won Thursday Night Football last night? Eagles. This NHL legend is 31 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's record. Okay, guess Ovechkin. He's still playing? Before the Rangers in 2023, who was the last American League team to win the World Series? Red Sox, Astros, Royals, Yankees. Astros did it the year before. Okay. Come on. Give me a basketball question. Thank you. Two active NBA players have played 20-plus seasons. LeBron and Jeff Green, right? Or is it Chris Paul? Fuck. I overthink these so badly, bro. I overthink things so badly. This active MLB player made his debut in 2005. Verlander. This second baseman has won 3 straight Gold Glove awards. Andres Jimenez. All right, that was a total guess. Who is currently the top table in the English Premier League? Oh, I'm about to expose myself. Yeah, I've not been watching. From 2017 to 2019, his NBA team was swept out of the playoffs 3 years in a row. 3 straight sweeps, 2017 to 2019. 3 straight sweeps. Kind of think it's not the Blazers. They made the conference finals. The Bulls? Wait. When did the Blazers make the conference finals? Which of these teams never produced an MVP? Oh. Mets. I actually know the answer to that. How many titles have Detroit's Big Four teams won since 2000? Oh, God. The Pistons have won 1. No idea how many the Red Wings have won. The Lions have won 0. The Tigers have won 0. 2? 3? So what? That means the Red Wings have won 2? Well, I feel a tad bit better knowing that I was not going to get the Premier League question correct. And the last question was just going to be a shot in the dark. Hey, salute. We got a bit of a fun stream today. I mean, salute, right? Being a Mavs and Broncos fan is so terrible this week. We're not talking about the Mavs this week. I'm being dead fucking serious, too, when I say that. I'm not talking about them today. That's true. Imagine being a Cowboys-Mavs fan. Honestly, I don't really, I don't really like talking like that because we are actually pretty fortunate to be Mavs fans, all things considered. There's only a handful of teams that have had it better than us. But man, we done with the Mavericks. What conditioner do you use? Got L'Oreal Paris. Aleve. Total Repair. Innovation. Extra Strength Repair. Repairing Conditioner. 9% Repair Concentrate with protein. So, you know. I do what you're not supposed to do, which is shower every day, wash my hair every day. But I mean, I'm in the fucking gym, right? I'm in the fucking gym. Hey! Hey! And so, I have to wash my hair. Front squats. Sometimes I get some front squats going. Sometimes I get, you know, what's that shit called? What's that called? Whatever. Goblet. Sometimes I get a goblet squat in. Get some lunges. Hey. Dumbbell, step ups on a box, little 30 pounds in each hand. Really work out those thigh muscles, guys. And I'm telling you, man, you guys see me in some shorts in person, it'll fucking blow you away. Split squats, I hate doing split squats, but I will do them. I'll do even the Hungarian squats. I do hate doing those as well. Next, slightly courtside, wear a Trae Young suit with shorts. I'm wearing a suit to tomorrow night's game. I just dropped it off at the dry cleaners. That's why I was slightly late today. I was dropping my suit off at the dry cleaners. Woke up and I was like, "Fuck." I know the idea of it being fun, the idea of it being dirty was kind of fun, a little wrinkly. But you know, I wanted it looking nice. I woke up, I was like, "Wait." I was like, "Wait." So I called him. I was like, "Yo, can I bring a suit in? Like, could it be ready by tomorrow?" And he was like, "You got to bring it in the next 10 minutes." I was like, "Oh, shit." No, I'm not sitting courtside. I'm going to be in the 300s. 300s. It's one of my best friend's birthdays. We got a group. We're all going. Be high up there. But that's all right. I got a better deltoid workout using a door frame than any piece of gym equipment I've ever used. Look, man, you guys want... Hey, man, get some cables. I mean, really. You don't need heavy-ass gym equipment. So, today's going to be a fun stream. I don't know what we're going to look at some articles, I guess. And then beyond that, I'm going to do my Drake album rankings. Gonna do them, folks. Gonna do them. Talking about how bad the Knicks are. We're gonna do the Drake rankings, folks. My God. What is this cursed ass image? Pistons bandwagon season. I've always been on the Pistons bandwagon, so I'm cool. They welcome me with open arms. My guy Pistons Jack. Ask any Pistons fans. They welcome me with open arms. Pistons fans, Hornets fans, they don't need to check my credentials. I'm in. Jokic is laughing at all of us. Good morning, folks. It is Friday, November 15th, 9:50 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're wondering where has Slightly Early been, if you only listen to this on Spotify and you don't listen to any other form of Slightly Biased, I'm very interested by you. I'm very intrigued by you. There's something about you that's intriguing to me. Overslept on Wednesday. We're going Monday, Wednesday, Friday from here on out. Today's going to be a bit of a different show. There was only one game last night. Only one game last night. And believe you me, I'm actually not even talking about it, nor the team involved in it. And you know who I'm talking about. The Washington Commanders. No. I'm talking about, of course, the Dallas Mavericks losing to the Utah Jazz. I really have nothing to say about the Dallas Mavericks, to be honest with you. Nothing to say about them that hasn't been said a million times. They're either going to figure the shit out or they're not. And until they figure it out, they're not a very good basketball team. That's all that needs to be said about that. All right? Did you talk about Wednesday's games? You know, no. I don't really want to go back. We're going to look at some articles here. I'm going to look at this updated MVP ladder. We have power rankings, one trade for every NBA team. You know, these things will sort of get us to talk about some of these teams. The city's jerseys reveals. We'll talk about that at another time, maybe. I need to see them on the court first. That's how I feel about the city jerseys from here on out. Kia MVP ladder. I don't know about you guys, but anytime I see this, I'm like, I need to be in a fucking Kia. Like, this advertising works. Like, anytime I open up the NBA and they just blast me and bombard me with Kia ads, I'm like, you know what? I need to be in a Kia now. Need to be in a Kia right this second. Kia MVP ladder. Nikola Jokic's hot start leads to jump to number one. Who was number one before this? Go ahead and take a look at that. Serbian. Man. Even the ref is like, what the hell has he got going on? All right, let's see. Jokic, the first player in NBA history to compile the following numbers after the first 10 games of the season. 297 points, 137 rebounds, 117 points. This man's damn near averaging 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists a game. Like, what the fuck? Jokic is up to number one. He was previously number 3. Yeah, if the season ends today, Jokic is cruising to an MVP. And he's probably going to win it. I mean, I can't really imagine currently. And look, I understand it's early in the season and stuff like that, but he just looks so much better than everybody else in the NBA currently. Like, there's no reason even to lose yourselves. Like, what would have to happen at this point? Because I'm just looking around the landscape of this league. 10 games into the season. There's so much time left, but 10 games into the season. The Thunder look great. They're going to be really good. Shea hasn't looked like the best player in the world. The Warriors are 9-2. Steph's not going to win. The Suns are 9-3. Nobody on that team's going to win it. The Rockets are 8-4. Nobody on that team's going to win it. The only other real actual competitors in the West for this award, I would think, were Luka and maybe Ant. And those guys aren't going to win it the way this season has started. Embiid would have to come back and average 34, 9, and 6. No fucking way Embiid wins it. And the Bucks are 4-8. And Tatum has been good so far this season. 30 points. You know, the Celtics look great, obviously. But, I mean, you're out of your mind if you think Tatum's even a tier below Jokic. So then the question then becomes, if Jokic wins the MVP this season, what are the conversations that are being held? What do those conversations look like moving forward in regards to what we view Nikola Jokic as? 29.7 points per game, 13.7 rebounds per game, 11.7 assists per game. Like, what? Jason Tatum is at number 2. His case, he was big in a pair of victories against the Nets over the last week, won in overtime, and is coming off a 36-10-9 effort a few days ago. Yeah, Tatum's been consistent. He's been solid. The percentages aren't exactly where I would hope for them to be. Like, his pull-up shooting still isn't that great. So the shooting numbers are just about where they've been for Tatum. But you know what you're getting from him pretty much every single night out. Pretty much every single night out, you know exactly what you're getting out of Jason Tatum. He's been consistent. No problem with him being number 2. KD comes in at number 3. That's an interesting one. KD jumps up 3 spots, despite the fact that he's missed like the last week and will miss the next week at least. But KD is up to number 3. I think this is fine. The Suns look really good. Kevin Durant has looked far and away like their best player. There's always been this Booker or KD, who's he going to be? KD by far looks like their best player. I do somewhat feel as if this is maybe a little too high. A little too high. But, yeah, he's been great defensively. He's hit clutch bucket after clutch bucket after clutch bucket to start this season. I don't really have any qualms with this one. How does someone move up by 3 in the rankings by not even playing? It's a good question. I don't know the last time they did one of these. Because he hasn't played in a week. So I don't know if this was done a couple weeks ago or what. But he has not played basketball in a week's time. If Jokic really cements himself as this all-time great, then shouldn't we ask ourselves how the Nuggets supporting cast is this bad? I mean, some pretty bad roster building. That's just it. They do it every Friday. The last time he played was last Friday against the Mavericks. So, I don't know. A little bit weird. Shea clocks in here at number 4. Shea's been figuring it out a little bit. He started the season shooting a ton of threes, pull-up threes. That felt like a very clear and obvious, point of emphasis for them. Hey, Shea, you're really efficient from three-point land. Why don't we up that volume a little bit? Those numbers have ticked downwards a little bit in recent games. Those mid-range jumpers have ticked up, and he's 28 points per game. Only 30% from 3. So the 3 ball hasn't really dropped for him yet. But he's still having a really solid season. Obviously, the Thunder are going to be great. So he's going to be in these conversations. I just don't see it. I'm going to be real. I thought this last year, too. There's just he did just set a career high a couple nights ago. But there is a hump that I think you have to get over that I don't see Shea doing. If I'm just being honest, this comes from somebody who's been a huge Shea guy over the years. It was one of the first people in. After rookie year, I was like, hey, Shea, this guy's got something. But there's a certain something you need to win MVP, AD comes in at number 5. He was number 1 on their last MVP rankings. But he's still been really good. 30 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks per game. That's all crazy, but they've just dropped some games, the Lakers have. There's just no way Anthony Davis finishes this high by the end of the season. That would be shocking. Would that be one of the most shocking things of the season? If the season ends and Anthony Davis is like a top 5 MVP vote getter. That would be quite surprising. The Lakers have won 3 straight games. Granted, against not great teams. But, hey, Hey, some teams don't take care of business against good teams, or bad teams. So, props to them. The next 5. Oh, we don't even get a blurb on some of these guys. Steph Curry at number 6. No. He was great. He was great against the Mavericks. That closing game, that closing stretch. He was great against the Thunder. Fine, I guess. Fine. 6 is fine. Giannis at 7. All right. He's been great. The Bucks have been terrible. Luka at 8. I'm sorry. There's no way. I can't in good faith have Luka in the top 10. I got to push back. Sorry. No way. Donovan Mitchell at 9. LeBron at 10. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's no way. And then 5 more. Jaylen Brown, Anthony Edwards, Domas, Karl Anthony Towns, and Victor Wembanyama gets a shout out here. For the whole season, Steph has not been that good, and he's just had an amazing week. Yeah, I mean, the Warriors' record's really good, so you got to give somebody some props. Surprised Ant is in top 10. Ant hasn't been great to start the season, really, either. The 3 ball is starting to fade away a little bit. That insane start from 3 that we saw. He just went 0 of 9 against the Trailblazers. Dude, the 3-point volume from Anthony Edwards is just astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. He's 8 of his last 33, I think, from 3. So those numbers are starting to tail off a little bit for him. I've watched every game, and Luka should not be top 10 at all. I don't think so either, to be honest with you. I really don't. But, I mean, who really cares at this point in the season? Like, I would have – it just pains me to say. You guys know this, but the Kings are winning games. I'd have Domas ahead of them. Probably. Wasn't he shooting almost 50% at the start? Anthony Edwards, yeah, the 3-point. That shit was never sustainable, obviously. But it's tailed off quite a bit. I don't think in good faith I could have a Timberwolf or Mav on here. But then Giannis is on here. They give every team in the top 10 an MVP candidate except the Rockets. Disrespectful to Tari Eason. Yeah. Tari Eason. My connection is bad? Is it? Doesn't say it is. Yeah, this isn't MVP. This is NBA's MVP ladder. Power rankings. I don't know. Do we care about these? I honestly don't, really. I don't really care about power rankings, to be totally honest with you. Let's look at this. This was from a couple of days ago, but I haven't checked on it, and I don't know what is in it. But I did see some waves this article made right here from Bleacher Report. One trade every NBA team should propose right now. We're a couple weeks into the season. That doesn't mean that trade slop is not on the menu, folks. Now, keep in mind, trades typically do not happen until right around the trade deadline. It's very, very rare that you see trades happen early season just by the letter of the law. Most of these guys, especially guys who signed contracts recently or extensions, can't get traded until about mid-December. And with half the league making playoffs, 2/3 of the league making the play-in tournament, two-thirds of the team making the play-in tournament, teams wait longer and longer and longer and longer than ever to trade away guys. So keep that in mind, but we're going to look at this. One trade every NBA team should propose right now. Hey, it doesn't leave us. Fanspo never leaves us. The Atlanta Hawks, what should they do? Ousmane Dieng. All right, immediately I'm like, they're really getting into the fucking weeds here. Ousmane Dieng, Jay Will, a 2025 first-round pick. Least favorable. Look at the fucking options that the Thunder have. The least favorable from this selection of picks: Houston, the Clippers, Miami, OKC, and Utah. So least favorable, that means it's going to be a shitty pick, right? Like OKC, it's going to be an end of the first round pick. For Larry Nance Jr. and Vit Krejci. That feels kind of expensive. Maybe not. Larry Nance Jr. is a really, really good player, and I'm really interested to see what his trade value would look like if he does end up getting traded. The Hawks are like not terrible, so I'm not sure they're going to be like super willing sellers and stuff like that. But if they did do this, is this not a little expensive? Jay Will and a pick for Larry Nance. This feels a little tiny bit expensive. Like, I think they like Jay Will a lot, and beyond that, I think he's like kind of a valuable locker room guy, as weird as that is to say. But Larry Nance would be a pretty good fit on the Thunder. I just think this is a little expensive. I think the Hawks would do that. Absolutely. Larry isn't even a center. Yeah, but he fits what the Thunder want to do. And I think his play style fits really well alongside their remaining pieces if they want to go small. The Boston Celtics get Amir Coffey for Jaden Springer and a 2025 second round pick. Is that the market for Amir Coffey? If so, a bunch of teams need to be knocking on the Clippers' door. Your thoughts on the UFO hearings? I have not watched it. Is that shit real? I don't know. I feel like they overstimulate us with some of these UFO hearing things to make us, to distract us. Zhang is in this article like 8 more times. Nice. That's real sicko shit. I think Amir Coffey's a pretty good player, to be honest with you. So Jaden Springer in a second round pick, most favorable from Dallas, Detroit, Golden State, Washington. All right, you got Detroit and Washington. That would be a pretty good second round pick, but I would do this in a heartbeat. Like if the Mavs had an opportunity to do something like this, I would do it in a heartbeat. Brooklyn Nets, Obi Toppin and Jarris Walker. Wow. For Dorian Finney-Smith and Day'Ron Sharpe. Is that not a little pricey? So this is a big trade for the Brooklyn Nets. This is the big trade. Like, Cam Johnson could probably net you at least a first-round pick, maybe even more than that. Obi Toppin and Jarris Walker for Dodo and Day'Ron Sharpe. Is this not... Indy may see this as too steep of a cost. I actually agree with that. I think that's a lot. Unless they're just completely done with Jarris Walker entirely. But also, they do need some big depth since Isaiah Jackson just tore his Achilles a week or so ago. Day'Ron Sharpe could help there. Charlotte Hornets get Rob Will for Micic and 2 second-round picks. There's no way that's Rob Will's market, is it? Couple seconds? Maybe. That would be selling so low. At that point, how much does Rob Will have left on his contract? If that's how low Robert Williams' value is, I'd honestly rather keep him. Definitely, if I'm Portland, I'm 1,000% looking to get off of DeAndre Ayton any possible chance I can get. That way, Klingon, has a pathway to play time. And honestly, Rob Will, who's got a year left on his contract after this year, 27 years old, I'm cool with playing him and getting him out there. If my returns are a second-round pick from the Hornets, which, could be a decent second-rounder, I guess, and then a 2028 second in Micic, who I have no desire for whatsoever. The Hornets or the Blazers do not need another guard. Micic should just be in this for salary, I'm guessing. Depends on his health. Yeah, but you're selling so low right there. What's even the point? I would do that for sure if I were the Hornets. Bulls. All right, here's the big Zach LaVine trade. Here it is. The Chicago Bulls receive Cole Anthony, Jonathan Isaac, Tristan Da Silva, a 2025 first-round pick, the best between Denver and Orlando's top 5 protected through 2027, turns into 2 second-rounders if not conveyed. The Magic get Torrey Craig and Zach LaVine. So the Magic go out and get Zach LaVine. How do we feel about this one? Cole Anthony, all right, that's fine. Don't mind trading him. Jonathan Isaac, Tristan da Silva. I get where he's coming from. I really do. God, Zach LaVine just does not fit what they've got going on at all. He just doesn't. No, and LaVine has looked good this year. He really has. He's up that trade value. And there's teams out there that I think could really use a guy like Zach LaVine. Like the Lakers. Honestly, make a good amount of sense for him. But I can't really see Orlando being in on this, to be honest with you. Is this too much? What would a Zach LaVine trade package look like? Cole Anthony is whatever. Jonathan Isaac, I really have no clue what Jonathan Isaac's trade value would be. 15 minutes a game currently this season. Has looked good in those minutes. I know the Lakers need defense, but I could see them going out and getting another shot creator. Tristan da Silva, 23-year-old rookie. I think that if you're looking to move guys and make moves, you're okay with trading Tristan da Silva, for sure. The Magic aren't going to trade their picks. I think you're okay with giving up one first-round pick in this upcoming draft. I can't see it. I can't see Zach LaVine being the option. I really can't. I was kind of in on Anthony Simons for a while, but I've even come off of that. I don't think that makes any sense for them either, based off what they try to do. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Larry Nance goes back to the Cavs for George Niang and a couple second-round picks. That would be incredible. That would be really, really good. So I'm sure Thunder fans are looking at this like, what the fuck? Why did we have to give up Ousmane Dieng, whatever, but like Jay Will, who we like, a first-round pick, and the Cavs give up George Niang in a couple seconds? How does that make sense? This would be a really nice pickup, though, for the Cavs. Get some more size off the bench, which is desperately something that they need. The Mavericks, Aaron Wiggins. Mavs get Aaron Wiggins for Maxi Kleber and a 2031 first-round pick. What? Why would the Thunder do that? Hell no, really? I would do that, actually. Honest to God, absolutely I would do this. But why would the Thunder do this? Surely two conference rivals vying for championship equity would not make the midseason trade, right? Perhaps. But the Thunder and Mavs danced in advance of last year's deadline. It could happen again. Oklahoma City's win-nowing true big ranks. Win-nowing true big ranks increase the likelihood. Maybe I need to read more. I don't. Kleba cannot play a ton of minutes, but even the partial strength Thunder won't need him to shoulder a super heavy workload. His defense mobility on the perimeter, size, and three-point range are reasonable stand-ins for Chet Holmgren. Granted, this deal cannot be completed until middle of January. Its appeal loses lesser if Holmgren is back. This would be very reactionary. Wiggins would be a monster gift for the Mavericks. Yeah, that would be fucking crazy. I really don't understand why at all the Thunder would do this, especially considering they just gave Aaron Wiggins a 5-year contract under $10 million a year. Like an unbelievably good contract. This would make no sense. If this were a possibility for the Mavericks, I'd be all over it. All over it. That would be incredible. The Nuggets get Cody Martin and Nick Richards from the Hornets for Zeke Naji, Dario Saric in 2 different first-round pick swaps. Ugh, no. 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 No way. No way I'm doing that if I'm the Nuggets. No way. I'm really not a big Cody Martin guy, to be honest with you. And I'm not really a big Nick Richards guy either. This would just feel like trading for depth for the sake of trading for depth. 2 first-round pick swaps in this? Ugh. Detroit Pistons. Oh, shit. The Pistons get Yusuf Nurkic and a 2031 first-round pick. Can the Suns trade a first-round pick? Top 3 protected for Isaiah Stewart. So the Pistons get Nurkic and a future first for beef stew. I think the Suns would probably do this. But if you're the Pistons, you get Nurkic, whatever, a 2031 first-round pick. I could see this maybe. This one feels kind of realistic. Suns could get Wendell Carter Jr. instead for that. You think? Why would the Magic, who are in win now, want Nurkic, though? Golden State Warriors get Brandon Ingram. I can't see that. After the Steve Kerr fiasco, I cannot see that. The Pelicans get Guy Santos, Andrew Wiggins, a 2025 first-round pick, a couple of second-round picks, and the Raptors, who are involved in this trade, are getting Gary Payton and a 2026 second-round pick. Okay. Brandon Ingram is not a Golden State Warriors player. He doesn't fit the mold there whatsoever. And then on top of that, we have to remember this. On top of that, the Steve Kerr, Brandon Ingram experience in the Olympics or the World Cup, whatever it was so ugly. They do need a second option, though. That much is certain. It's going to bite them in the ass. It's a feel-good story right now for the Warriors. If they're healthy, their defense is going to be really good over the course of the season. Absolutely. But offensively, there's going to come a time when they're really lacking because they don't have somebody. They don't have a second option, and that's going to bite them in the ass in the playoffs more likely than not. I just don't think Ingram is the answer there. The Rockets get Duncan Robinson for Jock Landale, Jayshawn Tate, and a second-round pick. What a boring trade. Oh, what a boring-ass trade. Why do the Rockets want Dunk? I guess to space the floor a little bit more, they need a little bit more shooting. I mean, Jock Landale and Jayshawn Tate or whatever. A couple of seconds. The Heat save money. I have no thoughts on that trade whatsoever. The Pacers get Haywood Highsmith for a couple of second-round picks. Okay. That gives them another wing to add to the rotation. I do kind of like Haywood Highsmith. But, okay, they mentioned it here. Isn't he like the same thing as all the other problems they have with their wings? They're just not big enough. Why would the Heat do this? Getting a little bit more wiggle room under the cap? I feel like they gave Haywood Highsmith that contract in order to like trade him for a player later on. They extended Haywood Highsmith in the offseason, right? A couple years of $5 million. Goga should get some more minutes on another team because he's good. No, Goga is good. The Clippers get Kobe White. Wow, okay. Kobe White and the Bulls get Terrence Mann, a 2030 first-round pick. The Clippers have first-round picks to play with? Huh. So Kobe White, who's still young, gives you some more offensively, which the Clippers do need. Why why would the Bulls do this? What's the reasoning for Chicago to do this one? Yeah, I don't think the Bulls would do this at all. Like, let's say they finally achieve their lifelong goal of trading Zach LaVine this offseason or this trade deadline. I guess maybe he is due for a contract extension this offseason. And maybe they're like, we like Kobe White, but he's gonna demand a little bit more money than we're comfortable paying him. That can maybe be the logic. So if we can get a first round pick from the Clippers 2030, that could be a really good pick. He should just rebuild or reconstruct at this point. No reason to keep Jimmy and them old dudes on the roster. I can maybe see the logic of them trading Kobe White. But man, I don't know. Terrence Mann in a first. Why doesn't the NBA have a franchise tag? I mean, they have restricted free agency, which is like kind of close to that. The Lakers get Vucevic for D'Lo, Christian Wood, and a 2025 second round pick. Now we're talking. We've been clamoring for a Chicago Bulls backcourt of Zach LaVine and D'Angelo Russell. Vucevic on the Lakers would be interesting. Man, I feel like Lakers fans would hate his guts. Like, can you just imagine that? Man, I feel like Lakers fans would just hate him. But playing alongside AD would be kind of interesting for Vooch, assuming he's knocking down his threes. Like, he has to shoot his threes. No way Vucevic doesn't go there and suck immediately. Do you do this if you're the Bulls? Bring in D'Lo, fuck it. Second round pick, you get off the Vucevic money. If you're looking to trade Vucevic, yeah, probably. Really? I would do this. Vucevic only has a year left though at $21 million after this year. It could be a valuable expiring contract. Memphis Grizzlies get DeAndre Hunter and Vic Krejci's on the move quite a bit for Brandon Clark, John Conchar, and a 2027 second round pick and a 2031 second round pick. So the Grizzlies get some size in DeAndre Hunter. Brandon Clark has not looked great coming off that injury. I'm afraid he might be a little washed. John Conchar is just a whatever player. This one's actually interesting, to be honest with you, because the Hawks get off of the DeAndre Hunter money, and with Rishi Shea in the picture now, Jalen Johnson kind of ascending. Hunter kind of feels like a lame duck in a lot of ways. John Jones or Stipe? I don't know. The Grizzlies get a little bit of size. I think I would do this. Honestly, if I were the Hawks, you get off that Hunter money. What you're getting really nothing in return. For the Grizzlies, they do need some size. It's not like DeAndre Hunter's been a reliable source of health throughout his career. He hasn't at all. I'm not sure. It's a little interesting. It's definitely interesting. That's an interesting trade. The Heat. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. All right, they have a huge trade for the Heat. They've had some weird, like, nothing trades, like Haywood Highsmith for a couple seconds sprinkled in here. But then they have some fucking bangers. Here we go. The Miami Heat get Jonathan Kuminga, DeAnthony Melton, Andrew Wiggins, Golden State Warriors 2025 first, a 2026 first round swap, 2027 first, and then a couple of, Atlanta's 2028 second, and then Golden State's 2030 first. Golden State's 2030 first round pick protected 21 through 30. Has there ever been a protection like that? And in return, Golden State receives Jimmy Butler, Bruno Fernando, and Josh Richardson. The Raptors are getting Gary Payton again in this. And then a couple of seconds for helping make this thing work. He would do that in a heartbeat. The Warriors should say fuck no to this. This is insane. This is absolutely insane for this current iteration of Jimmy Butler. And even though the Heat should probably say yes to this, I'm telling you, they're probably not going to. Package is more fitting for a Lowry trade. Yeah. Yeah, but they don't want to pay Kuminga. But then, do you want to pay Jimmy Butler? Like, at least in a scenario where you pay Kuminga, he's somebody that you could still trade down the line. Just hopefully, like, continues to show something. He's 22. Like, a team would trade for like a 24-year-old Jonathan Kuminga who's still shown some things here and there. Butler's expiring. Yeah, but you're not giving up all of this for a shot in the dark at winning a championship this year. Like that's you have to pay Jimmy Butler after this. You have to. This is too much. The Heat should do this if this was ever offered to them. The Milwaukee Bucks get Dillon Brooks and Tari Eason. Oh my God. The Rockets get Chris Middleton in a first. I'm saying fuck no to that if I'm Houston. That's too rich for my blood. I'm not even sure that I mean, obviously he is a better player, but I'm really not sure that Chris Middleton in his current form is even better than Tari Eason, to be honest with you. Houston does get a first-round pick in this, too. I mean, I think I would most certainly do this if I'm the Bucks. You have to rip the Band-Aid off. It sucks, but that Chris Middleton contract is going to be ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. We kind of knew that the moment that he signed it, but it's going to be ugly. Oh, wow. I didn't realize. Wait, 31 million and the 34 million player option? Did he not sign an extension recently? Did he only sign a 2-year extension? Yeah, okay, wow. 3-year, $93 million. All right, for some reason I thought that was a 5-year deal. So it's not the worst contract. But no way in hell the Rockets do that. Timberwolves get Delano Banton, who I played against the 2K once, for PJ Dozier and a 2026 second-round pick. Okay. All right. I'm not going to lie to you, though. After watching some Blazers games this year, I kind of don't think the Blazers say yes to this. Like, Banton's really not a bad player. They do have, like, a ton of guards and stuff, but I kind of feel like they wouldn't want to do this. Like, this is just a nothing trade for no reason, really. The Pelicans, all right, here's a big Ingram trade. Brandon Clark, Marcus Smart, Vince Williams Jr., and a 2025 first-round pick. And the Grizzlies get Brandon Ingram. Okay. That's one that we've thought about. Maybe the Grizzlies getting in on Brandon Ingram. So, theoretically, if healthy, a 5-man lineup of what? Ja Morant, Bane, B.I., Jaren Jackson Jr., and Edey. You got a good amount of size there. You have 4 guys really, who are really capable scorers. Well, I think the idea for the Pels is let's just get people that maybe we could flip down the line. Like this feels like maybe it'd be a rebuilding time for the Pels. So Marcus Smart could maybe help us out now. Otherwise, maybe we could trade him and pawn him off somewhere else. Vince Williams Jr. is like a kind of a promising young player. Then we just get a first-round pick for our troubles, and we don't have to pay Brandon Ingram. Like that's really it. This one's it. I really have no clue what to make of Brandon Ingram's trade market. And he's been pretty solid this year, so shout out to him. New York Knicks get Toumani Camara and Robert Williams. All right, what are they giving up here? Because why in the fuck, before I even look at what the Blazers are getting in return, Toumani Camara and Robert Williams, I need something. I need something of pretty legitimate value. Because Toumani Camara looks like a real NBA player. And I'm trying to think of what would realistically be offered by the Knicks that would make me like, as a young rebuilding team, trade a 24-year-old on a cheap contract. Campaign, Mitchell Robinson in a first. So a mediocre-ass first-round pick. Mitchell Robinson, who's never healthy. So I replace my never-healthy Robert Williams with my never-healthy Mitchell Robinson in campaign? Absolutely not. The Knicks are trading the Washington pick. So it's the Washington top 10 protected pick. That's not happening. 2025. Okay, top 10 protected in 2025. That ain't happening. Top 8 in 2026. That's probably not happening. So basically 2 seconds. Hell no. That's a horrible trade. The Knicks should be all over this if it was possible. That's a terrible trade for the Blazers. The Thunder. Is that Duop or ETH? Duop or ETH for a couple of seconds. Okay, sure. All right. Yeah. Why not, I guess? This is one of those trades that happens. This is one of those trades that happens where you get the notification and you're just like, okay. You get the sudden dopamine hit of a trade notification, and it's like, oh, do I breathe for a couple of seconds? All right, I guess we got a notification at least. The Magic get Torrey Craig and Kobe White. All right, is there something about Kobe White? Have I missed something here? For Cole Anthony, Jet Howard, Denver's 2025 first-round pick, and a 2026 first-round pick. So, this one's a little bit more interesting for the Magic than Zach LaVine, in my opinion. So, they've had the Magic and the Bulls trading with each other twice on here. The Bulls one was the Bulls trading Zach LaVine to the Magic. This one is Kobe White to the Magic. Kobe White fits their timeline a little bit more. Not a good defender either, but fits their timeline a little bit more. Cole Anthony, I'm okay with that. Jet Howard, I'm probably okay with that. A couple of firsts. I really think about it if I'm the Magic. If I'm the Bulls, I get a young player in Jet Howard who has shown some stuff, but you would like to see more from a second-year guy at this point. And a couple firsts. I mean, this is all assuming they really don't want to pay Kobe White. Like, that's what it's assumed. Like, Kobe White might be due for $30 million a year, and we just don't want to give that to him. That has to be it. This one is a little bit realistic, though. I do agree with that. Philadelphia 76ers. Tari Eason. I really don't think the Rockets are all that interested in trading Tari Eason, but Tari Eason and Cam Whitmore. For KJ Martin goes back to the Rockets. A 2026 first-round pick, the second least favorable. So let's do some fucking math here. So the second worst out of this crop. Philly, Houston, Clippers, OKC. So it's going to be a bad 2026 first-round pick, more likely than not. A 2027 second-rounder and a 2028 first from the Clippers. All aboard if I'm the Sixers. I do this in a heartbeat. If I'm the Rockets, why exactly am I doing this? I already have a ton of first-round picks to play with. I'm not really looking to get more firsts. I'm looking to make consolidation trades maybe, but I'm looking to upgrade my roster in the process of doing that. Tari Eason's a really, really good young player. Cam Whitmore, if I'm trading like Cam Whitmore and stuff, or Tari Eason, it's to like really upgrade my roster. Cam Whitmore is clearly not in their plans. But I think there are teams out there that'll be like, oh, Cam Whitmore? Yeah, he's like an attractive trade piece. The Sixers 1,000% should do that. Tari Eason to the fucking Suns. Okay, this one's the worst one yet. The Phoenix Suns get Tari Eason and a 2025 first-round pick. That's going to be bad. Second most favorable, Houston, OKC, or Phoenix. So, not going to be a great pick. In exchange, the Rockets get Josh Okogie and a 2031 Phoenix first. I don't think this is what the Rockets want to do. Why on earth would they trade a really, really good and important young player for a pick? I don't know. This one's bad. Of course, the Suns say yes to this. Did you verify Tari wasn't the author? Portland Trailblazers. Okay, here's a big one. Portland Trailblazers get Jalen Hood-Schifino. D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, and the 2029 first round pick, top 5 protected. 2031 first round pick, top 5 protected. For Jeremy Grant and Rob Will. That's an interesting one for the Lakers. I kind of actually like it for them. For the Trailblazers, that's not the worst. These first round picks can be a little bit valuable. I'd probably want the protections gone on at least one of them. But that's not the worst. Sacramento Kings get Larry Nance Jr. That'd be nice for them. Trey Lyles, it is an upgrade. Very similar-esque players, but that's an upgrade for sure. So the Hawks get a couple of second rounders for Larry Nance. That's probably what it's going to look like. The Spurs get Chris Boucher and Kelly Olynyk. Ugh. For Zach Collins and a first? Okay, I guess. The trade doesn't really do anything for me. The Raptors get Ousmane Dieng. Malavi Leones. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Who is that? Who is that? Oh, some super end of bench guy for the Thunder. 7-string center. All right. Okay. For Chris Boucher or Kelly Olynyk. Hey, one or the other. For the Raptors, Ousmane Dieng, sure. Sure. We'll see if we got something there. Utah Jazz get Cole. Okay. All right. This one's interesting. Utah Jazz get Cole Anthony, Tristan Silva, and a 2026 first round pick that's top 10 protected for Colin Sexton. I kind of like that for the Magic. I sort of like that for Orlando. Feels kind of whatever for Utah. But you get another pick, Tristan Da Silva. Interesting player. Maybe you can get more for Colin Sexton. But I kind of like that for Orlando, for being honest. And the last one, the Wizards. Okay. Get John Conchar, Marcus Smart, Vince Williams Jr., and a 2025 first-round pick. That was the same exact package that landed the Grizzlies, Brandon Ingram, basically. But this time it's for Kyle Kuzma. I think I'd be out on the Kuzma business, man. I think I'd be out on it. I think it's a little bit alarming. Well, it's not surprising, but it's a little bit alarming how much better the Wizards are without him. And, you know, maybe he'd be better in a context like the Grizzlies, where he's not asked to be the best player, obviously, or function as the best player. I don't know if I'm the Grizzlies, a first-round pick in this upcoming draft. If I'm the Grizzlies, I don't mind taking a shot like this because you're not really giving up much. Marcus Smart hasn't been great. Vince Williams Jr. hasn't been healthy. It hasn't been in your rotation when you're trying to be good. I don't think that's the worst return for the Wizards either. An interesting article. I'm sure we'll get plenty of these throughout the next month or two. Since Luka's getting traded, we could talk about him, right? Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't have a Luka trade package here somewhere. He probably thinks the Wizards have a better chance to win than the Grizzlies. Maybe. The Brooklyn Nets are the favorites to land Jimmy Butler in a potential trade. These are always so funny to me. Are these ever accurate? Is there something coming out? The Kobe White one was interesting. Is there like real, legit? Surprised not Jordan Poole trade. Jordan Poole's been hooping so far this year. Shout out to him. All right, we're going to end off today's stream. We're going to end off the week. We did this. We started this a little bit last night on our stream, but we got distracted by the Mavericks pissing and shitting themselves. Too distracted to finish it. We are hunkering down, and we are ranking Drake's albums. That's right. That's how we're closing this. We are going to rank Drake's albums. I said last night on the stream, I don't give a fuck. I like Drake's music. I'm a Drake fan. You know, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not. And then that led one thing to another. Rank the albums. Do his ranking. And we started it. We didn't finish it. But today we're finishing it. Today, we actually do it. Or do we do this later? I said we're ranking the Drake albums and we lost 30 viewers. We'll do this at another date. This was more like a live stream thing at night. Nets are so confusing. Why did they trade 2 picks plus 2 swaps for 1 pick plus 1 swap just to try and compete? I don't think they're trying to compete. Honestly, like none of their roster moves says they're trying to compete. I think that they're just accidentally competitive. They've just been accidentally competitive. Shout out to Jordy Fernandez. Shout out to Dennis Schroeder. All right, if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you leave a 5-star review. I love you. If you're watching here on YouTube, I'm going to be on Marcel Martin, a.k.a. Mavs Digest. 24-hour stream here in an hour. I've been going on at noon. So make sure you guys go check that out. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but just chill, chat, whatever the case may be. So Mavs Digest. I was about to dip too since I listened to Drake. It was more fun last night when it was in the moment, and then I mentioned it. As I said those words, I was like, I don't know about this one. I don't know if the people are really wanting this one. Don't know if the people are clamoring for a slightly biased Drake review. So anyways, that is that. I will not be live on Playback. No video today either. I'm just not going to have time. I will not be live on Playback tomorrow night as I am going to the Mavericks game, but I will be on Locked On Mavs. So hopefully they fucking win. Just say top 3 right now. My top 3 favorite Drake albums. I'd have to really list them. Nothing Was the Same definitely is on there. Without a shadow of a doubt. Nothing Was the Same. I mean, I'm probably basic. Nothing Was the Same. If you're reading this, it's too late. And then probably a competition between Take Care and Scorpion, if you want me to be honest with you. Would depend on my mood. Do the Mavericks have a back-to-back again? Do they play on Sunday? They do. All right, so we'll be... Jesus Christ. We'll be live on Sunday on playback.tv/slightlybiased. But, yeah. So, that's that. You guys enjoy your weekend. All the OGs, thank you guys very much. Could have spent your Friday morning anywhere in the world you decided to spend it here. New subscribers are probably guys, I don't regret it. Donations, members, thank you guys so much. You never have to do it. It helps out tremendously. It makes me feel so good. You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I will chat with you all later. Love you all. Bye.